Hi Aquarius, I'm Jude. Welcome to your weekly reading. Aquarius, this is a reading for the week of the 31st of July. And to start with, we're going to look at what's been going on for you, what's the energy you've been in, and then we'll look at the week of the 31st, what the challenges might be and what might come in to help you, Aquarius. If you do enjoy this, please like and subscribe. Thank you. I'd be grateful. And let's get going. So that was a whole lot. If it's meant to come forward again, it will. Just let's see. No. For Aquarius, what's the energy? Oh, no, that flipped and stayed in. Interesting. For Aquarius, please. What's been going on? What's the energy they've been in? Thank you. Yeah. So I feel with the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, Aquarius, you've become very clear. There's a clarity here in either your thinking or communication, but it feels like there's something struck you and it feels like a new way of thinking, a new idea, a new way of thinking, something you've gotten very, very clear about. And the Seven of Pentacles suggests that this has put you into a bit of an energy of, do I want to keep doing what I've been doing? Because this little character's looking at the pentacle here and weighing up whether they want to keep going with it. I feel it's almost like something over the past 6 or 7 years that maybe you've put your time and energy and effort into, Aquarius. And, you know, there's no fruit or flowers on the vine. So it's giving the sense of it hasn't quite returned what you'd hoped it would. And this little character's just revisiting it. You can see here, you know, there's a weighing up. Do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to do this for another year? Do I want to plant this crop again? It hasn't really returned me what I thought it would. Do I want to keep doing it? There's a sort of contemplation. And it's after this clarity strikes you. So the clarity strikes and then there's this, now I'm going to ruminate on this a little bit. All right, Aquarius. So the week of the 31st, the Emperor. Whoa, okay. Well, that's taking control. The Eight of Swords. The Six of Swords. A lot of thinking happening here, Aquarius. The Star and the Hermit. Wow. Okay. And underneath the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You have shown up in your own reading, Aquarius, because the Star card represents Aquarius. But the Emperor, you might have a father figure around, or this could be you in father energy too. Could be an Aries. But the Emperor takes control. They put their emotions in check because he's got that suit of armor on here, protecting his emotions. I'm not saying don't have emotions, but the Emperor has the wisdom of all the kings, mastery of all the energies. There's clarity here, strategic thinking, truth. Maybe dealing with a lawyer, maybe getting some legalities sorted out. But the Eight of Swords says that there can be the need to look clearly at something because there is a choice to be made, a decision to be made. And the Eight of Swords are little characters tied up. They've got a blindfold on and they're, you know, a bit bound up by their thinking. So the challenge of this card is to free up your thinking. Maybe you need to get more information, which the King of Swords would love to do. The King of Swords likes details, information, facts, gathers it all together and then makes a very strategic decision. And the Eight of Swords says, you know, don't tie yourself up in knots. Keep your thinking free and clear. Because the Six of Swords says you're moving forward here. You're moving on. For some of you, there might be a decision to move away. Literally. Sometimes this can be travel over water. Please feel free, Aquarius, if you want to drop something in the comments to, you know, let me know if you're happy to share. But the Six of Swords says there's a moving on out of any emotional turbulence and into calmer energies. Because what you're being asked to look at here with these cards, Aquarius, is what do you really want? What's your hope and your dream? Because the Star card talks about our hopes, our dreams, our wishes. What does our soul really want? Where do we really want to head? And the Hermit, interestingly, in his lantern has the star of the Star card. Isn't that, I'm always think that's very, and especially because they've come out together. I do love how the tarot works. So the Hermit goes up into elevated energy. He goes up onto the top of the snow-covered peak where he's at a very high point. It's big picture. Where is your soul wanting to go? What do you really want here, Aquarius? The Emperor takes charge, takes control. With emotional intelligence, clear thinking, grounded, well-resourced, dynamic energy. I feel like there's something here that's sitting around. It feels like for some it might be around work, but it's a bit more general than that too. Because it's general reading, it's going to be a different storyline for everyone, obviously, but because we've all got different variables going on in our lives. But there's this clarity that strikes right at the start, and it puts you into a rumination about, do you want to keep doing what you've been doing, or do you want to change? And if you can, what these cards are saying is if you can keep your thinking clear, which that ace at the start had, about what it is that you really want. Where's your true north wanting to lead you, Aquarius? So what's the challenge in this? Yeah, not overthinking. I'm not, it's just how amazing the tarot works. You know, we said with that Eight of Swords here as, you know, keeping your thinking free and clear. What's the challenge? The Ten of Swords, which can be the card where we can overthink something and we almost do ourselves in figuratively with that of I'm too much in my head. So that's what I can see is the challenge in this is too much thinking, too much overthinking. I'm not saying don't think, because the Ace of Swords is very clear thinking, and the Emperor loves clarity and doing the homework and the due diligence and doing things sequentially so that there's order and you go forward in a very controlled, sure and certain way. The Emperor doesn't like to step in potholes. He likes things to be good. So there's a lot of deep contemplation here. So what will help you? What will help Aquarius? Yeah, we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. They're all wanting to come out. So let's have it all come out. Yeah. Okay, what have we got? Wonderful. Okay. Well, so what's going to help you here not get caught in the overthinking, basically? Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Nine of Cups, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool. It does feel like there's a new offer or opportunity gets presented to you, Aquarius. One that's, holds value. And the Five of Cups as a helper card suggests, when we're ready, it's almost like part of the catch here is looking at the emotional cost. And you can't rush emotions, I don't feel. But when you are ready to look, you will see that there is still, it's a kind of what's it going to cost you emotionally versus what's there. So it's a bit of a weigh up of, yes, there may be some emotional cost if you do this moving on, and what you choose, whether you want to continue with what you've been doing or whether you want to pick this different path. And it's a way up. The Nine of Pentacles reminds you of who you are, Aquarius, that you're very good at starting things. You're very good at the balance of giving and receiving. You know how to make things work in your world. You know how to work with the resources around you. You like to build and grow things. There's a very entrepreneurial energy here with the Nine of Pentacles. And the King of Swords is very strategic, clear thinking. Again, it's reminding you, I feel, Aquarius, to get the facts, to get the information. I feel that King sits up there with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. It's very clear, strategic, details, facts, information, clarity of thought that comes in to help you make this choice. Because the Queen of Pentacles suggests, this is about how you work your world. I often feel the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles have very similar energies. It's about making sure you've got the resources, the balance, creating a really solid home environment for yourself, which the Ten of Pentacles also suggests. It's about home and family, everyone coming together, how the money's sorted, how the wealth works, what's home, what's important to you, what's of value to you, Aquarius. Because the Fool suggests here that there's a new beginning. The Fool card is the start of the journey, and the Fool doesn't know how it's going to work out. There's a sense here of a starting point, and it's a bit of a leap of faith. It's like, I don't know how this is going to play out. I can't see that far in the future. All I can see is this next step. And is there risk? Well, maybe, and that's what you have to weigh up, Aquarius. And only you can make your choice for you, But this is a card that says there's a leap of faith here. There's a new beginning. But you're doing a lot of rumination, I feel. A lot of thinking about what it is you really want with that Star and the Hermit there. And it feels like it's to do with how you set up your home, your world, your finances. So I'm just going to close your reading out, Aquarius, with a message from Spirit. That might be it. And we've got the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups. So the Three of Swords says, this is time here. It kind of ties up with this Five of Cups. It's interesting because it's a sword card, but it talks about emotional pain, which the Five of Cups also talks about. And when we get that Three of Swords, it's about the thinking that's caused the emotional pain. And how, and again, I'm not saying you have to rush this, but it's about healing that emotional pain, healing the thinking that's caused the emotional pain. And I can see that in these cards, the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups. There's been an emotional energy here, Aquarius, that's caused, the thinking has caused this. And the Three of Swords says, you know, it's time to let this heal. So I feel that sits there. The Two of Cups is about bringing it into balance, emotional balance, coming to an agreement, coming into equity. It can talk about new relationships, or relationship in general, but I'm not seeing any other cards that would suggest that on the table. So for me, it feels more that it's talking about you coming into balance here, and agreement. It's an agreement. Sometimes it's about a contract being signed, maybe a work contract or a real estate deal or something like that, but there's an agreement reached and a handshake, and yeah, that's the feeling. So it's like letting the healing happen, and then there's an agreement. What is it you really want, I feel, is the pivot point for this whole reading for you, Aquarius. What do you really want? What's your true north? All right, thanks for listening. That's what I can see in the cards this week. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.